What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, listen. Last Thursday, there's a story out here that a lot of people seen and a lot of people haven't. This story is wild. It's out of Osceola County, Seminole County, Florida. Shout out Seminole County, Florida. And it's involving this woman right here. Her name is Altagracia Aquas Vivas. She's 31 years old, and she was carjacked in broad daylight by a masked assailant that came out of a car that was behind her. And the guy got in the car with her, took off with her, followed by the car that he jumped out of. And this woman has been found hundreds of miles away from where she was last taken from. Her car was shot up, and she was inside the car. Her body has been recovered inside the car, and I think they said the car was burned up. I'm not sure or not. But anyway, let's jump in this story and come back and talk about it, because in my opinion, a lot of stuff, it's a lot of questions that need to be answered, and a lot of stuff don't add up with this with me, and it's just my opinion. Check it out. Let's look.
Now it's a homicide investigation. The Seminole County Sheriff's Office believes they have found the woman in this video, but they are still looking for the violent attackers who approached her white Dodge Durango. Good evening to you. I'm Eric Von Eyck, and thanks for staying up late with us tonight. We appreciate you. The sheriff says those men are armed and dangerous, and they killed Catherine Aguas Vivas. After this happened, detectives say that she was ordered at gunpoint to drive to Osceola County, where they found a body, a burning car, and shell casings. The investigation and lack of answers has left the sheriff's office and the community with lots of questions. News 6's Catherine Silver walks us through the latest on this investigation.
It's video you've seen here on News 6 and all over social media. A masked gunman getting into a car at Tuscaloosa Road and East Lake Drive Thursday night. Witnesses captured this evidence and called for help. On Friday, the sheriff told us the woman inside the white Dodge Durango was followed by this green Acura. And his detectives know that because before this video was taken, she called her husband and told him this.
About a half a mile or so prior to that intersection, she started to notice that the green Acura was behind her, and the Acura was actually ramming into her back bumper at that time.
This is Catherine Aguas Vivas, the victim in this case. Deputies say her husband told her don't stop, so she kept driving.
Until she came to this red light. That's when one suspect came up to her car. It was still broad daylight at the time here in this busy intersection.
With the gunman in the back seat behind Aguas Vivas, she drives off with the second suspect in the Acura trailing behind. About an hour and 45 minutes later, she was found in Osceola County. People there heard gunshots and saw a burning vehicle at a construction site off Boggy Creek Road.
The perpetrators knew exactly who they were going after.
The sheriff talked through the timeline and circumstances that we know, but there's a lot we still don't know, including how long the suspects were following her, what was she doing here in Central Florida, and the biggest question, why did this happen?
There's a lot of unknowns, a lot of things that will leave people scratching your head, and I think the biggest is why. Because this wasn't just a random incident. They're ramming the car a half a mile before that intersection. Why did she and her husband not call 911? I don't know. Why did she stop at the red light? This is a tragic incident, nevertheless. I mean, a horrible, horrible, frightening situation.
Here's what the sheriff told us his detectives would be working on through the weekend. They're talking to her family in South Florida. Her husband told deputies she was here to visit relatives, but they haven't been able to verify that. They're also asking for your help. A lot of people are talking about this case. Maybe somebody saw something that will give them a new lead. In Seminole County, I'm Catherine Silver, getting results, News 6.
All right, guys, they was giving a press conference about this stuff so far, or what they know. I haven't had a chance to look at it, but this story seems fishy. And I'm going to tell you why. Number one, when this guy first got out the car, he had the gun out in the open, which idiots do, but he was pointing the gun and talking to the person in the car when that lady could have had time to escape. Then he walked up to the car and opened the door, like tried to open the door, and then he got in the back seat. If the front door was locked, doors nowadays have power locks. Then he went to the back door. So was she unlocked the door for him? Something don't sound right. If the husband told her not to stop, that would include red lights, right? And that's what I would have told my wife if she had called me. Hey, somebody's ramming in the back of my car and they're driving aggressively. I'm scared. Hey, you keep driving. You go through every red light you can. You see if you can GPS a police station, or if you see a cop, you flag them down or cut them off if you have to, but you get this person off of you. It made no sense for her to stop at that light. I think this guy knew her. And this is just my opinion. And it's unfortunate what happened to her. You know, what transpired with her happened. Because I'm going to tell you something. That's a horrifying feeling of being held at gunpoint, not knowing when your last breath is going to be taken. Her car turned into a coffin for her. Think about that. Did you see where he left this woman at? Hundreds of miles away, or wherever they say he took her? Yeah. Could you only imagine her driving in that back roads where that construction site was? Here, pull over here in the middle of a barren area. You don't know if it's the last time you take a breath or not, and it wound up being her last. Horrifying. So the car was shot up more than 10 times. Man, that right there don't look like they didn't take nothing from her. She worked at a hairdressing place. Something's not adding up. It's not. I mean, would y'all agree or disagree? And I don't want to take nothing from what happened to this woman because it's messed up, and it might not be of her own doing. Seemed like somebody set her up. It was a robbery or something, but something don't sit right. She stopped. She stopped. The guy jumped out the car with a mask on. She stood there. Now, I know people get frozen with fear, but there are cars out there. This guy trying to get in this car as fast as possible. He didn't carjack her and take the car. This was a hostage situation. He took this woman hostage. He didn't, because they keep saying it's a carjack. He didn't carjack this woman. He didn't take her car. He made her drive somewhere for her ultimate demise. Something is off. This is more than an open and shut case. A lot of people, they need to leave every stone not unturned or whatever that thing is, because, I mean, this is some trifling behavior. This guy jumped up the car looking like an idiot. Looked like he had a Uzi in his hand or some type of small submachine gun. Just walked up to the car. If the front doors is locked, she had to hit the lock for him to get in the back. Maybe she knew him. I think he knew her. Like, I mean, because the more I look at the video, I'm like, okay, a normal carjacker would not do that. But then again, nothing's normal nowadays. But something led her to let this guy in the car with a gun in his hand, and it cost her life. We'll stay tuned for updates and see what happens with this. But this was an odd thing. I honestly believe, and leave me a comment, guys. Tell me what you guys believe. It could have, I mean, you don't want to put people in it, but I mean, the way that looked, it like maybe the husband has something to do with it. And then I don't want to put that on him. That's why I said, you leave no stone unturned. Something is weird where she would stop at that red light in the front of the red man. I'd have booked out of there. He would have to shoot the car or something. Tell me what y'all think, man. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.